properly now, so everybody, hello. You should be able to hear
Hello,
everybody.
stream.
Hi, stream.
We're gonna
Hello.
go over. We're gonna go over what happened last time. And by that I mean I'm gonna open OneNote because I had to close it real quick. Un momento. Uh, Personal note. Here we go. Home. On screen. Okay, so for the last few weeks that we did play, you guys had done a few things. You were hiring different people for your ship. You ended up hiring a sea singer, who is a sort of an octopus person, paladin. He seemed pretty cool and was not super incredibly expensive compared to some of the other options. Specifically, you had three options. One was a deep sea siren, who was a cleric. You had the sort of octopus-like person, who is the paladin. The other option was a sea hag. You guys went with the octopus. Yes, joined you guys. Uh, there was an attack on the Black Fleet, the large floating capital city of pirates. Um, the attack was committed by some sort of coral altered Leviathan esque creature. Think a like the giant squid or giant octopus type deal, except it was hiding in the shadows beneath the water. Upon defeating it, it actually cleared up the water down below. The darkness disappeared. During these scenes, Lyra specifically had visions anytime she was either touching the water or directly above the creature, of the many red eyes throughout the sea, sort of just watching you guys um, from deep down below in the depths. Uh, you guys were able to beat it. You got some money for what you were able to collect of it, mostly for the coral bits and whatever remained of the fleshy bits of what was once, technically speaking, an elemental, as leviathans are water elementals in nature. Um, you then had a wonderful sleep at a much higher costed inn at the centerpiece of the large city. You were called to a captain's meeting, and Lyra was indeed given a writ of captaincy, basically, something that informed that, hey, Lyra is now technically speaking a captain within the Black Fleet, and as such, gets all the benefits of such a thing when necessary or when needed, and is a voting member should she be on the Black Fleet when a vote occurs. They are very much a if you are here to vote, you get a vote type deal. If you're not here to vote, we're not gonna fucking call you. When you come back, if a law has changed, we'll inform you what happened. Um, and then you guys decided to set out. You guys are specifically aiming towards a place that was named, and it's sort of to the west. I believe it was specifically marked down in coordinates, which puts it sort of west here of Brittany, the Horn of Brittany, for the Empire of Francia. You guys are headed way out over here, and you're way over here. This travel will take you guys by ship about anywhere from 15 to 17 days. So it's a long trip. But you're sailing there manually. If you guys decide you want to change that at any point, you're welcome to, but you do have a full crew on your ship right now, so maybe don't just despawn the ship without getting everybody off first. I'm just imagining all of you
I
guys
think you know how to swim. It's fine.
I'm imagining you guys just all
Yeah.
teleport out, and then Lyra resummons her ship, and just a bunch of people drop into the ocean. So
We'll
it's probably gonna,
sea singer.
yeah. So it's probably gonna be it's a bit of a long trip, but you do have a full crew, and according to Lyra's dream, chances are the individual who's the most problematic Captain Oksana Bloodeye, is way down south. She's over in Atronia right now, probably by the Parthenon, according to the dream, which means like way down here. So somewhere around like months of sea travel to get back to you guys. Assuming she's not riding a Child of Charybdis, it happens to be faster than a boat. But
Very specific.
you guys also decided to skip the place that was marked as being too dangerous, even for Oksana Bloodeye to go to. And research was done, thanks to Mai, into like myths or stories around that location, anything useful as to why it might be too dangerous. And you basically learned that there used to be an island there that would consume ships and output monstrosities. It would consume anything that came by and would convert them into members of its own living monster organisms. And it was also a sort of like a temple relic or like a holy site to Charybdis. So very much a very dangerous member of the family type deal. And you guys decided to skip that for now, as well as continue westward. So that's the basics of what's happened so far. Any questions from anybody about other things? Things you might not remember, things you want to be reminded of?
I'll probably think of it when it when it comes up because I never have questions ahead of time in general. So
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so in that case, everybody is able to set sail. You guys have begun your first day of travel. It goes uneventfully. I'm not going to have you guys roll an encounter 17 times, because that's
Why not?
absurd. So
Sounds fun.
instead, I know where like encounter locations are going to be, as well as I know some extra story things that need to happen. So after 2 days at sea, one, you have 2 questions that you can build up over time should you wish to ask a question. But more importantly, 3, you wake up on the 3rd day or so, out at sea, and your draconic orb, the communication orb, is pure bronze.
Immediately picking it up.
Yeah, you pick it up, and immediately you see the face of Rourke. Is his name right? Rourke? Yes. You immediately see the face of Rourke, and he looks up and goes, "Hey, we have you. You told us that you lived in like a fort castle thing. We found it, and didn't expect you to have like servants and stuff." So,
I live with the group in there.
okay, so we're at the right place then. There's these really nice, like, vampire people who have been treating us quite well. So wanted to check in and make sure we're not at like a dinner party that's about to turn really bad for us. Okay, cool. So you do live at a fort, and there's this really nice old man who's like lead servant or whatever who's been taking care of us. As well as somebody came by to meet us. The Lord of the Land said his name was Lord Von Host. We had a conversation with him, and apparently we're allowed to stay here. Are you okay if we wait here for you guys, right? Like, settle in for a little while?
Yeah.
Hey, good. Apparently they need help with setting some stuff up, so I have to do that later today. But we are now safely in, guess your new home, your extended family home. I also calling to check in on you. You doing okay out there?
Well, so far, it could be getting into a little bit of a dangerous situation over here, but I'm hoping we can handle it fairly well.
Hey, I'd say if you need help, we'll come running, but I think you're real far away from us, and I can't fly that fast. But be careful out there. Don't get into any trouble we haven't taught you how to get out of, okay?
That's the goal. I'm more determined than ever to come out of this alive.
Good. Now, apparently we have to go meet with some guy named Graham and help him build some stuff. So we're gonna be working here. If you need to call at any point, I am safely away from possible dangers, unless someone here turns against us, I guess. But I will warn you in advance if that happens.
You can see a smile on her face.
Be careful. Run if you have to. They're your friends, but better to be alive than, well, the alternatives.
Dead.
You can see some doubt flicker across her face, but she nods.
Good. Well, your friends might end up like us. We made it out just fine.
We better make it out just fine.
Good luck. Have fun. You call me if you need something.
And you stay safe as well.
Oh, the food they gave us here is actually pretty good. Apparently they've got some good stuff going. They said something about how they're farming animals that they brought in recently from some refugees. Then, like, apparently a large group of people in the village are, like, connected. It's... We'll talk when we get back. Well, we talk when you get back, sorry.
Sounds like you're meeting everybody. Just don't have too much fun.
Yeah, sure. At which point the vision begins to fade off of him, and the orb goes back to being perfectly clear. And on this day as well, I would like for somebody to roll a dice for me.
I can roll dice.
You can roll a dice? Alright.
Have we done any practice to see who's rolling the best?
What I would like for you to roll is a D8.
Roll
If you do...
D8.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, what does it mean?
Yeah, I
Okay.
sure hope that's good.
These are not in any particular order. It's just when I came up with the encounters, so who knows?
Hey.
I like that.
You can
Instant
blame
death
me
encounter.
if something bad happens.
You fight another Leviathan. Alright, no, this one's at full strength
And this
and
one's like 20
immediately
levels
uses...
higher.
This one immediately uses its attack that wipes all of you guys out. Okay, no, so you guys continue sailing. Everybody has their own sort of roles and positions aboard the ship. Melinda, specifically, did you plan on doing more alchemy stuffs while you're aboard the ship?
Yeah.
Okay, then you have at least 20 hours or so of extra time worked into any alchemy before this encounter happens. So if that helps you make a potion that you wanted to have done, feel free to add the 20 hours. If not, just add the 20 hours to something.
Nope. I'm
Yeah, the
halfway
potions-
there, guys.
The potions you're working on are very large.
Yeah, so you can add that to your thing. And then anybody else have any like time sensitive things that they were doing? I don't think so.
Not on my end, I don't think.
I'm
Think
just waiting
Callie-
for money.
Yeah,
Did it pay?
I'm pretty sure you guys got paid before you left. Here. If not, I will double check. Because I have to go check and see what the price was for the Leviathan stuff again. I think I had done it last time we played, but that was weeks ago. So.
For the establishment, I don't know. I don't remember when it leveled up. Pretty much.
Ooh, yeah. So, here's the thing: as you begin to travel, you're at sea, and they don't have an easy way to get money to you currently. So
Can
while
we send the
so
letter bird?
while time is indeed passing, you're not sure when your next payout will be. So 7 2 at sea. Oh, that's the other way. 5th and 6th. 7th is counter. Good lord.
Dude, I'm like trying to make a new profile picture with Midjourney, and Midjourney does not know how to make snakes. I do not.
Indeed. Timing wise, Rigel, if you wanted to know, your reset on your asset was so the 11th day of Winter 2 would be when it gets upgraded, and it is currently the 7th day of Winter 2. So you've still got a few more days before it upgrades.
Oh.
Just a couple more days, but there is going to be some money stored up there next time you're able to get into contact with them, probably. Just a little bit of cashola, a little bit of cash. But I am keeping track of the days and when you guys last got paid out. So last time you got paid out was the 18th day of Winter 1. So in order to get half a season's worth of pay, you would need to make it to the 18th day of Winter 2, and you're only at the 7th. So. But you rolled an oh my god. Or those Midjourney pictures, good lord. Oop. Bridal. Oh, gotcha.
Discord is having issues, yeah.
Yeah. I see it now. But as everybody gets to their positions and begins to do this day, after Mai has had a conversation with Rourke and has learned that him and his group made it successfully to the Fulmination Station.
Oh yeah.
I need perception checks from those who aren't going to be occupied with stuff. So, Melinda, I'd say you're occupied. Lyra, you're probably keeping track of making sure everything's moving and being captainly. So, Kaliana, Mai, and Rigel, you guys could give me perception checks. Also, I should make sure that I am...
Oh.
I feel like mine should just get a pass for every perception check. I feel like
base 20 is my natural perception every time. So
yeah,
I know.
yeah. Mine's passive is basically just 20. But I have to make sure. I have to see if anybody gets anything crazy in case there's timing.
What if my rolls? What if my rolls of 20 gets a 30 total?
You see into time and space. You see the board and all the players.
This isn't even my final form.
It actually wouldn't be that powerful. Dragons get 30 perception checks all the time. But
Oh, what the heck?
30's not as amazing as people make it
Plus
out
they have true
a
sight.
lot of times. And they have true sight, yeah, true. Some of their passive perceptions are absurd. I think a passive for a great worm is like a 25 without any rolls. Just default is just 25 minimum. And it has sort of a passive ability where it does the same thing. If it has to roll an active check, it's like where it like can only roll a certain amount, so it ends up being at least. Ignoring that. Okay, in that case, you are the only one who sees this the soonest. You see over the horizon a shadow in the water moving in your direction. Not quickly. It seems more like you guys are gaining on it rather than it's going towards you. So it's probably moving in the same direction as you guys. Whatever this thing is, but it's moving slower than you guys. And if you guys were to
So it's
continue
in
just
the
straight
water?
ahead, yes, it is underwater, but it's close enough to the surface that you can see the shadow in the distance. And you're catching this from a ways off, like you have a spyglass. You're like just checking things and like, oh, what is that in the distance? What's that over there? And you can see that this shadow is drifting. It is going the same direction as you guys, but slower, so you will catch up to it if you keep going the way you're going.
You've got something moving in the water ahead. Don't know what it is, but it's underwater slightly.
Hey.
Should we see if Kaliana can talk to it?
Yeah, I could try that. It depends on how far away it is.
Right now, too far away.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I'm so sorry. We're gonna try to avoid the thing in the water.
Yeah.
Jesus freaking Christ!
All right.
She
So
like,
You good?
what's happening over there?
yeah, scared the shit out of me because she walked up to the window which I have open and just started whispering at me.
Oh.
Okay, so you're
Anyways,
gonna
just
pull.
trying to avoid-
You're
Yeah.
gonna turn the ship away from it so that you don't catch up to it, basically.
Yeah, that seems safe for right now. I don't know how soon we want to start fighting shit.
Maya is
Try-
going to keep an eye on it, though.
Yeah. So as you shift the sails, tell everybody, hey, we're gonna go, a little north of this or a little south of this, and like cut around whatever this thing is. You begin to move out of the way. You're keeping track of it, and as the boat turns to go around, the movement of the shadow shifts along with. So now
Yeah.
it's also moving, if you were going slightly south to try to get around it, it's now drifting slightly south so that it would make sure that you run into it as you continue. It seems to be trying to make sure that you have to pass by this creature. Or whatever it is. I say creature. It might not be.
It's not going to let us avoid it.
Hey,
Cool.
Ma. Does it look like Sid and I could like catch up to it? Or like see what it is from higher? Or if you needed a better vantage?
The flight would be faster than the ship, so yes. Not, your ship would catch it. You guys would definitely catch it.
Can Kaliana go with you so she can shout at it if it's a friendly monster?
That's probably a good idea.
I don't
Yeah,
think
she
Sid
could ride
can...
on Sid.
I was going to say, I don't think Sid can have a dual ride.
Well, I can just fly.
Fly.
And she
Don't
can
worry,
ride
Sid.
Sid.
Don't worry, Sid. Just go. I'll catch up.
Can Sid just hold Cal's arm in his talons and then just hold both of you and drop her into the water?
No
Maybe
worries.
that's
We had
I
a sacrifice.
could.
Sorry, Cal.
So we're taking Kaliana up into the sky to try to catch this thing in the water before the ship gets anywhere near it.
Yeah. Me, Cal, and Sid. Let's go.
Let's
Okay.
On the
go.
Pacific route today.
You all head out into the deeper ocean, leaving the ship behind you guys. As you get closer, you guys are able to better see the sort of shadow under the water. It has very obvious tendrils to it, but they have a lot more motion than like the Child of Charybdis had, where it was sort of like the coral tendrils that didn't quite move organically. They sort of like crunched as they moved. Whatever this creature is, its tentacles, its mass behind it, seems to be much more fluid, much more natural, much more like an actual grouping of tentacles. And you can see that the shape of the creature is sort of elongated towards the head. You're able to identify it as some sort of giant squid.
Oh, squid.
Ooh.
I was just about to type that. Giant squid!
Yeah.
Roger, Lyra. This looks like it's a big squid. Over.
Does it look like a friendly squid? Like it's not gonna mistake us for a narwhal or whatever the hell.
I
It
can
looks
ask.
wiggly.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Do you read?
You send the message with your brain, and as you do, the shadow seems to shift a little bit as a large blue glowing eye begins to look straight up at you. It does have a glow that is enough that you can definitely see it underneath the water. So it's this sort of shadow figure with this little this blue glow now looking up at you. And then the creature begins to surface a bit. And as it does so, you see that this giant squid is very colorful.
Ooh.
It is not quite technicolor, but it looks as if it has many different like gemstones glittering in the light. Not quite scaled, but very much shiny and glittery and multicolored. But more importantly than that, you see as it surfaces that there are 2, 4, about 10 individuals of human-sized standing on top of this creature.
Oh.
Some of them have spears. They all have sort of this bluish colored skin. Some of them are sort of the octopus-like, similar to your paladin. And a couple of them are more like tritons that you had seen back in the when you were at the Black Fleet, sort of blue-skinned, semi plant life like individuals almost. And many of them have begun to look up at you. It looks like about 4 of them are soldiers, and the other 6 or so of them are unarmed.
What should we ask them?
Ask them to
Bruh.
come in peace.
We come in peace, but why you heading toward us, bro?
As you I assume telekinesis this, or telepathy, sorry. Telekinesis. You throw them out into the water. No.
You
Yeah.
yeet them off the squid.
As you telepathy this in their direction, you are able to hear the vague chattering of thoughts below you, but none of them get directed back at you until finally you hear a very rumbly and loud voice go, "I don't know, I just move where they tell me to." as the
Aw.
large like squid arm sort of pulls up out of the water and then splashes down real quick to sort of like signify, hey, it was me who was saying that.
Oh. Well, okay. Seems we're gonna get nowhere talking to the squid because
We
he's
gotta,
doing what
ask
he.
the people.
Yeah, it's time to ask the people.
While looking down at them, you see one of the individuals who is armed with a spear of some kind sort of raise their hand up in your direction, and then point at your boat, and then raise their hand up towards you guys again and just point at your boat like, yes, boat.
I'll just nod. Sid nod.
I also nod.
Sort of gives a little bit of a wave, looks at the other people. You once again hear the sort of chattering of thoughts down below you, because none of them are being directed towards you. If you wanted to try to focus in on their thoughts, you are welcome to. In which case, I would have you roll a d20 for me if you wanted to try to
Roll D20.
overhear their thoughts.
Nice.
Hell yes. You hear the sort of chattering of thoughts and intentions. The largest intention seems to be a questioning, a thought of like, are they who we're looking for? Or it's a question. How do I explain it? They seem to want to question your guys' link to something important to them or something that they are currently finding important. That makes sense. So like if you were looking for a bunch of gold and you wanted to go question a guy like, yo, see any gold? It's that sort of intention. They're obviously planning on just asking questions. There's no violent intention from what you can sense.
No violent intention. Should we go down?
Just say hi, make friends.
And the
Okay,
squid is
then
very
go.
much now turning even more so that it can better meet up with your guys' ship.
Oh yeah, let's get down there.
Let's go.
All right. Do you want to wait for it to meet up, or do you guys want to get down with them before they meet your ship?
I wanna go
just
before.
Yeah, me too. So that we can at least see if it's something bad.
Yeah.
Please
no-
don't die.
No
Yeah.
worries.
No promises.
Yeah.
As as you get closer, you're able to see that the glittering on the giant squid is actual gemstones. There are gemstones embedded in the skin of this very large this giant squid. You also see that quite a few of the Tritons that are not armed also have different like gemstone necklaces and jewelry, whereas the individuals who are armed seem to be armed with what almost looks like seaweed turned into metal. It sort of has a natural curvature to everything, a bladed edge to it, but is that sort of deep green of seaweed being like molded together. One of the individuals who is not armed sort of walks towards you all and goes, hello, Dragon Rider and Flying Man. We have some questions for you all, if possible. We come bearing a gift, should you wish. But we merely wish to ask some questions upon your allegiance to the sea, to the older gods of the waves, if possible.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Wonderful. All right. Hey, should we wait till we get to your boat, or would you like to have these questions now, or
Let's go to the boat.
very well, very well. It would be faster if we submerge completely, so that we don't burden our companion here. And he sort of gestures down towards the giant squid.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh,
We will
yes,
submerge and
yes.
meet up with your ship shortly.
We'll
At
see
which
you then.
point you immediately see the people who don't currently have weapons sort of drop back down to their knees real quick and burrow their hands underneath the gemstones, almost using the gemstones as like a holding point onto the giant squid. He then also gets down, and finally the armored individuals, the people with weapons, pull themselves down, holding one arm around their weapon and one hand going into one of the gemstones, as the entire creature submerges again and begins to turn a little bit, and does indeed move faster when it is completely submerged, as you see all of its tentacles unfurl and then push it very quickly. It has much more speed if it's not just drifting. Within a
Hey
minute,
guys, don't attack them. They just want to talk.
a lot of the other like crewmates aboard are like whispering to each other, like, "Great, first 3 days in and we already meet a sea monster."
And they'll just see us casually talking about it and doing shit.
Yeah, hell of a crew.
They'll get used to it.
You do see as when the squid finally makes it to you guys, it sort of turns a little bit, and one of its large tentacles just sticks to the side of the ship, and then another one grabs another portion of the ship as it sort of pulls itself close, and then pulls itself up a tad bit. And you see that the people who are holding onto it then begin to stand up now that they're no longer submerged, and are able to just walk from the squid up and climb into your ship. However, don't immediately climb into your ship, as the individual who talked to Rigel before walks over and goes, may we board the vessel?
Yeah. Come aboard. Welcome.
Wonderful.
I like your
Thank you. We will leave our guards here for now. Just myself and my daughter shall board your vessel, and we should have a conversation. As he pulls himself up and off of the squid and onto the deck of your ship, and following him is a younger woman. These are both Triton individuals, so sort of blue skin. They have almost this like plant matter look to them. Notably, they have no coral-based essence, which is something that you guys would obviously look for with everything that's been happening. There's no living or dead coral anywhere on these people. It is mostly a mix of seaweed and other plant life. Nothing sharp and angry and coral-like, though.
no red sparkly eyes or
Yes,
anything
and-
hiding anywhere.
No red eyes. In fact, the two who board your vessel have a similar bluish glow, much more faint, more what is that called? Photoluminescent, more like a just vague glow. It probably glows a lot more at nighttime, but it's a similar color to the giant squid's eye that looked up at Rigel and Caliano. But they climb off of their giant squid deck. It is a complicated matter. I wish to converse with you all.
Sure. Let's move it into the captain's room, quarters, map room, whatever you want to call that thing, and I will bring everybody else.
Of course. And I can actually... You actually have Cap on the boat. Pop! And open the door and people can actually go in there. But more importantly, these people also have models. Hang on.
I figure only our group should probably go. I don't think Alice or the rest of everybody else needs to be in there. Well, maybe Alice. I don't know. Alice is my favorite.
Okay, well, ignore the tentacles and the weapon. She doesn't currently have those. This is the daughter. Where's the father? Did the father not actually load? The father might not have loaded. I might have to use it.
Sit inside there. I don't think Sid'll fit.
That's why he's just over here, you know.
Okay.
Where's
Oh.
Melinda?
Hiding.
Melinda
Invisible.
is focusing on potions because she is hardcore.
No, Melinda, you have to be here. You gotta take a break.
No, it's all
It's been
good.
12 days.
Mhm. I can't hear you. I'm focusing.
As you respond.
Melinda, we
Uh,
have guests.
What?
I'm gonna use this as the father
Fine.
for now because it looks like the father's model didn't load for me.
I feel like I have a better name for the ship. It's Bob. Bob.
Bob.
Bob.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Big old boat. Bob.
Guess we're on the B.O.B. You forgot the last dot, by the way.
Ah,
do you want?
I can't look. I have like claws from the stupid ass wedding, so you gotta give me a break. My typing is gonna be shit.
Oh, yay. We get to make fun of Lyra for her typing.
And then
Also, a hydrant.
what else? Except this time I have a valid reason.
I am hydrating, I
I will
promise.
still make fun of you. I will still make fun of you for it.
Oh,
I forgot to open up my
well,
activity feed.
the native feed.
Oh, my activity feed. I didn't see that Kaz had posted a hydrate. There we go.
Oh no,
Oh,
guzzle
Want
water.
me to clear all of them for you?
No, you don't have to. I forgot to pull up my activity feed, so I didn't actually see it because it's on my left screen. So I looked over left and went, "That says hydrate. This is hydrate 30 minutes ago. Crap." There we go. It's on my right screen now, so it's literally right underneath my Discord. So now I can see it. Gunner is mostly for training your guys to shoot. Oh, also, during your travels, chances are a lot of your cannons were fired, as your crewmates are being taught by Gunner how to actually shoot things. So most of your crew is able to actually, in combat now, shoot all of the cannons. So during combat, you guys can actually do other combat things, should you wish, rather than having to go to the cannons. Alessandro, however, would technically be quartermaster-like, so he would manage making sure resources got to repairing the ship.
Okay. Yeah, we were. Well, I didn't realize it was a setup for a joke, but
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a legitimate question.
It was.
So,
But you are all able to enter into the captain's quarters. Doors. Front door.
thank you, magical door.
Of course. Of course. As you guys all enter into the captain's chamber, the top map room / navigation area, the older gentleman goes, "Okay, more of a generalized question of intention. You can tell that you have been attacked by members of I don't individuals using powers related to Charybdis. Do you intend to hunt these creatures?"
In manner of speaking, why do you know what they are?
We, loosely speaking, we are members of a similar. And he's trying to find words that are not quite in his brain. Like he seems to be struggling with finding the common words for whatever he's trying to say.
Do you need me to speak primordial to you? Is it a language barrier, or is it just he just doesn't know how to describe what he's looking for?
Do you ask him?
Yeah, I'll ask.
Yeah, you ask him, and he immediately goes, "Oh, you speak primordial," and he's speaking in perfect water elemental dialect of primordial. Like, very obviously, it's his first language. However, everybody who doesn't speak primordial doesn't hear shit. So I think Rigel and Lyra are the only ones who can understand him right now.
Yep.
Does
Yes.
Caliana's like psychic abilities let her understand any language?
If she would like to, if Caliana would like to sort of mind probe, always keep up a like thought seizing, basically, then yeah, she could.
I have comprehend languages.
Yeah,
Oh.
that would work better, I think.
Did you want to cast comprehend languages?
Can I cast it on someone else? Can I cast it on Lyra?
I know how to speak primordial. I don't need that.
Yeah,
Oh.
Lyra doesn't need it. Whatever.
Range
Oh,
self.
You cast
Yeah,
on
range.
yourself or mine?
Range self. It can only target yourself.
Oh, lame.
Bummer.
But yeah, you should cast on yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll translate. I just wanted to make it easier for those guys.
You're gonna attempt to ritual cast comprehend languages, so you don't have to use a spell slot, or are you gonna use a spell slot?
No, I was gonna ritual cast.
Okay, so
Sorry,
while everybody sees Melinda setting up comprehend languages and for 10 minutes having to do the spell, the conversation will continue.
Yep.
As
I'll translate it.
the older gentleman goes, well, if you know primordial, quite easy. We are followers of, or generally speaking, are referred to as cultists of Scylla, or of Scylla, the twin ancient god to Charybdis, the living god Scylla, who I will say is not necessarily on the side of Charybdis. We actually are here to speak of possible assistances, both from us to you and you to us, should you be available. If not, then we will leave and we can act as if nothing has happened.
Oh, well, I mean, what kind of aid, like, is this other god trying to fight their twin, or
Scylla
kill
would
for no reason?
prefer
War?
if Charybdis stayed deader than he currently is. Or deader than they currently are. As it currently seems as if somebody is trying to revive or bring back portions that were previously removed from the twin god.
I mean, not gonna lie, it's kind of aligning with what we're doing, but I don't know how we all feel about fighting a god. So
You shouldn't
I'm all
have
for it.
go for it.
Ah, your friend here speaks well as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
I told you.
I can't remember what you told me, right, Joe? Not gonna.
Pretty much my Magus training. I'm a Primordial Magus. You know, Primordial.
Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Most basic of training. Using elemental magic, which required him to learn to speak with elementals. So primordial.
It kind of helps.
Mm-hmm. The
It
only
is, but
gentleman.
now I can't talk shit about you in Primordial because you know
I mean, you can, but
it.
I could just talk shit about you in Draconic.
Ooh, but I don't know Draconic. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but Sid knows.
Anyways,
Right. So if possible, we would prefer if the pieces that remain of the twin god stayed not together.
wait. Do you mean like the crap? Does this involve like a club and various other items? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, I am uncertain. All I know of is the ancient temples that existed for both Charybdis and, of course, our goddess. So, while I'm not certain of a club, if it is indeed a portion of Charybdis, I would prefer, yes, if it stayed as far away as possible from other portions of Charybdis.
Well, that's not good. We kind of need those things.
He if you say that, he sort of adjusts a little bit and goes, I see. And what is it you plan on doing with portions that remain of Charybdis?
Kill an undead army of my old boss.
He pauses for a second, like you. To clarify, you plan on using items made from the dead god that was known for controlling undead to kill undead that might be under a similar control?
I mean, we don't have to use those items. I just thought they might be useful in killing and or getting rid of her. But if you're saying that they will bring him together and potentially unleash a whole ass like chaos god person, then maybe it's a better idea to just leave them where they're at.
Yeah. Or make sure they can't leave wherever they're at.
We
Preferably
can't
take them to somewhere safe. How we won't try to stop you directly, but if we see that you are collecting these items, we will have to intervene. No more than 2 of the items should be near each other at any time, at most, just in case.
What exactly happens? Does it just break him out of whatever confinement he's in, or is it gonna like just make him unstoppable? Like, what's the worst that'll happen?
We don't know.
Yeah.
If they are dead parts of an undead god and they're brought back together, we assume possibly incorrectly, but we highly doubt that it is an incorrect belief that if they're brought back together, they go back together. More of him. Back to what he was? Or at least what remains of him here. Something of the power that the twin gods became should not continue on the material plane. The reason gods don't exist here. Our goddess moved on as well, even though she was once technically a monster of the material plane. She moved on. She became godlike. She ascended and still grants us her blessings to this day. Charybdis was killed. He was still but a monster. But his divinity did exist. And if it still exists in those parts of him, we fear what might happen if they're brought back together. Either if it's your friend getting them together, or whoever you're hunting to kill, or if you have them all together. Either way, they're all together, which is a problem for what we believe is a possibility.
Is there a way to destroy them that you know of? Because I don't need them to be all together, but Exana, the person that we are, my friend, as you said, is trying to find them all, probably so that she can command more undead armies. So if we can destroy them, that would solve both our problems.
I don't know. It's possible that a divine item as powerful as whatever they are could remove said object. It is known that weapons, armor, whatever made from a god's essence can be destroyed by another weapon, armor, or whatever of another god's essence. Theoretically, if you happened to have one of those, you could possibly break it. And as it was a monstrous god at the time, not a full divinity, maybe he's easier to break. But we'd be grasping at straws. Our goal was to separate the items again and store them in separate temples to our goddess, where we could keep them safe and make sure he does not revive.
Rigel, you think your mom would let them have the club, or do you think she would fight?
No. I think she'd say, "What club?"
Gosh, you're right.
This club you speak of, is it owned by somebody or someone?
Sorta. It's in a safe location.
All right.
I hope.
Like I said, we mostly only know of the temple locations where pieces of Charybdis might be. We don't really know of the exact items or where they are currently. But we began our hunt for them about a week ago when we got a divine message from our goddess. And a vision of this lightly red lightning ship was also sent to us. So we thought perhaps it was a sign that you had showed up. Though perhaps our goddess was else to us. And he does take a second to like almost size each of you up, like, could I take all of you? as he like just looks real quick.
Squid.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm gonna just like bark a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, we have an idea of where these guys are. If you want to try to head off and find one of them, we know which one that she's gonna try to go for next. It probably would be kind of helpful if you guys were able to scout for us, and then if shit starts hitting the fan over there, you can come back for assistance.
If you know of where an item is, be grateful. We would be grateful. Where is this location, and what are we? Do you know what we're looking for?
I don't know what it is, but I know where it's at. I have notes this time.
Yay! Lyra says, "I have
They're also
notes this
canon.
time," and he goes, "Yay!" and claps his hands.
That's definitely a normal thing to say. So I'll let them know of the one that Exana's going for right now, which is the Atronian Old Pillars.
Yeah, the Parthenon somewhere in Atronia's waters. Yeah. The sunken Parthenon.
And then we'll see if I mean, we're also going there, but that seems like something that maybe they can head her off first.
Can certainly. Is that the only one you're going to tell him of?
I don't know. What do we think? Should we tell them about all of them, or should we tell them about none of them?
Oh, Kaliana runs to the bathroom.
Like that
I
sounds
think
like
that
too
one's
much.
good. You know, they could just focus on that. And then see what happens after there.
We could send them instead to the super dangerous area and see if they can get to it before anybody else does. And that way we don't have to risk our lives, and Exana won't win.
Do we know where all of them are?
So we know there's 3, right? And then one's at the Atronian Pillars, which is where we were all going, because that's where she was going. And then there's one that's in Francia. Oh, maybe there's 4. Are there 4? I had
Yeah.
notes. Maybe they're not that great.
There's
4. So then
the one you guys are going to is the west coast of Francia. The sunken Parthenon is to the south. It is in Atronia, which is the one that you saw a vision of her ship pulling up to. There's the Coral Club, which was in Frankian storage, but now is possibly in control of the Frankian intelligence agencies. And then there's the Red Mark that was north of Calais, which was labeled as being too dangerous to go to. There is 4 locations that Oksana Bloodeye at least knew of. As many of those notes or whatevers were had some sort of written thing by Oksana Bloodeye. The handwriting was similar for all of the notations.
so we know roughly where they are. Not exactly, but we could send them to maybe 2 locations. Maybe the super dangerous one and the one that Exana is sending for.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell them about the sunken Parthenon, and you'd tell them about the Red Mark within the North Sea, north of Calais. Would be the non-dangerous one that she's going to, and the dangerous one. Too dangerous for everybody.
Too dangerous to do.
Too dangerous.
That's it. Are we all good with this? Is this fine? Yeah. I will take the silence as a yes. Seems like a plan. So yeah, we'll tell them of those 2, and then I want to know if they have anything that can help us fight the undead, since they apparently are also fighting undead, or potentially going to.
Sure. As you tell them the locations, and you ask them, hey, we're gonna be fighting Charybdis, and trying to take out undead. The man will be like, "Right, we will attempt to check out these locations." Do you actually tell them that it was labeled as dangerous, or do you just tell them the location?
They don't seem that bad. I don't want them to die without knowing. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll let them know that it's probably pretty sus over there.
Good. As for assisting
Oh,
in
sorry, mine. I forgot. No, I'm translating. I'm translating. I would translate for you. I wouldn't leave you out of that.
well, as for assisting in killing undead, I highly recommend you get yourselves a cleric or paladin, other individuals that deal damage. That easier. And we know that Charybdis in his undead form is weak to fire. So if you happen to have individuals with fire, use that. We make
Definitely got
use of items granted to us from our goddess, in hopes that if we do run into a relic of Charybdis, we can destroy it with a relic from our goddess. But as they are relics of our goddess, we cannot offer them freely to outsiders.
Are you serious? Then how are we supposed to destroy these things?
I suppose you'd find a relic of whoever your god is.
It is me.
N-
I am my god.
The relic of Rigel.
Does that count? Does it count if we're our own gods? I ask in all seriousness.
he just goes, no.
Yeah. Well,
I assume your
how
divine
does
worship is not large enough for you to ascend, so I'd say no,
Yeah.
the items you craft are not considered divine by nature.
okay? What if What if you asked her if we could borrow a weapon and give it back when we destroy these things? Otherwise, I don't know if my god's going to respond. I actually don't know if he can even give me weapons.
You be honest, all of you non-water dwelling folk are very weird with your religious things.
Excuse me. I was a Triton. How dare you?
Water genasi.
Oh, well,
I mean, you still live underwater, but water genasi, not Triton. Okay, two different species. Racist.
wow.
No, he'll go. If there are many gods, surely you can find a relic of an old god or something. Something not. I'd say not recent, but I suppose a recent god would work well. Something lost, perhaps. There are many gods who have disappeared over time, but their items have not. So the divinity of their items haven't. Things sealed in catacombs and such things. Under the sea, we have many of those. Many of the relics of
Gotta
Scylla
go
we had to hunt down and return to our conclaves. Worked hard to get back what we had lost from the era of adventurers that fought our god and the twin god Charybdis. So surely there are other relics out there that you could find. I would not recommend trying to kill or destroy a relic of Charybdis with another relic of Charybdis, as we fear that might become more powerful as a single item, or perhaps something else.
Look, I feel like we're on a time limit here. All right, we'll figure it out.
I'm sure as resourceful individuals, you'll be able to find what you need to take care of. And if not, take those relics of Charybdis, place them somewhere safe. Keep them away from each other, keep them stored away from whoever wants to bring them together.
Seems doable.
Good.
Is there a way to reach you while you guys split off from us? Do you have a method of communication? I mean, we have message. I don't know if you guys have magic in you, magic people with you. Can they send spells, things?
We do. We do have the ability to use sending. A few of us do. It would be easier if you sent it to. Well, and he looks over at. You gotta find Akshi. He looks over to his daughter, who is currently like sitting on the map table and just like listening in on everything. He looks over to his daughter and says, "It would be best if you send such messages to my daughter. She would be able to return a message."
Cool. Perfect.
I've never been one for spells and magic. The one blessed is my daughter, not me.
Well, she seems nice. As long as you guys don't die, everything should go well.
Yeah, so you say that, but to the immediate first thing where you said she seems nice, you see her sort of look up with like one eyebrow raised, like, I haven't even said anything, but apparently I'm nice. Just looks over at you like, and then gives a little bit of a shrug. Still says absolutely nothing.
Must be a teenager.
So, if you do need us, please send a message to my daughter. She will reply for us. Oh, we did bring a gift of thanks for allowing us to communicate with you as well. I hope that you take to heart my request to not bring together the relics of Charybdis. They are quite powerful, and I don't know what would happen if they're brought together. And he will bring out a little box. It's like a... how would you describe that? Like a jewelry box for like a necklace, sort of the elongated box.
Oh.
Got a little box that he takes out and will hand over to you.
I want to open it.
Yeah, you open it and it is indeed a sort of string of gemstones that are all placed together. They have this sort of the same seaweed-like metal where it's that deep green and sort of has like swirling edges to it. Holds all of them sort of together, but loose enough that they can sort of like dangle. It is indeed a jeweled necklace of many colors. You can add
Thank
it to your
you.
bag.
This is really pretty. Mike, can you figure out if there's stuff? Who hasn't identified? Is it sneaky? Is it sneaky? Is it weird?
As you're asking that, they will begin to leave.
Wait, where did you get your squid?
He'll stop and look over and go, "Oh, it is a blessing of Scylla, of course. Command of such creatures is a blessing granted to us by our goddess. In this case, my daughter, actually." And she sort of like nods a little bit and continues out in front of him.
I feel like I need to swap gods because apparently you get gigantic squids that are pretty cool.
I mean, we do have a store named after her.
You do.
Well, you have one.
We kind of share it. Unless you're relinquishing it, then that's
Absolutely
okay.
not. Nope.
And done. Okay, I casted the thing.
as
On shit.
as they leave, you're like, okay, I can understand Primor. God damn it.
Spider shrugs in the corner like they were talking a lot.
I would have translated for you. I would have translated.
Yeah, Lyra was probably offhand saying like in common, relatively similar information to what they had been saying before. So don't bring the relics together. Could be bad. Not 100% sure. Infinite power if you bring them together, though, obviously. So
Sounds like a bad idea. As long as we kill our counter first.
Lara could try to twist the information to get Mai on board with it, but you never know.
Hmm.
But then who knows if
Right.
if Rigel would say something.
You kill Oksana, then bring all the relics together. You get the power of Charybdis, right? Surely.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
Bring all the Infinity Stones of Charybdis together and forge the Charybdis Gauntlet.
And then just snap your fingers and you win.
Mhm.
I mean, at least then I would have full control. Maybe. I mean, it seems like a good way to build up a fleet and maybe become the new Scourge of Francia.
Cue Rigel.
Maybe
What?
rebrand that name.
Yeah.
The less
But then
angry
I'd have to
we-
kill you.
you could certainly try.
But I would have to. My other shop, the one made for hunting things, is for hunting Charybdis. That's why it's called that.
But we would just rename it. It wouldn't have to be the
What do you
Charybdis
mean
shop.
we? It's mine.
Okay. All right. Melinda, can you identify on this gosh dang necklace just to make sure it's not sus?
Yes, I'll take another 10 minutes.
All the incense from the like comprehend languages had just burned down, so she has to get out a new thing of incense and a new thing. Just put everything back together again.
Just only speak to her in primordial until it wears off.
Yeah, there you go. Make sure she gets her her use of comprehend languages. Only speak in non-common.
Yeah.
When you go to identify the necklace, it is fine jewelry. All of the gemstones are well cut. They are expensive. However, none of the material is magical in nature. There's no enchantment to it. It is very much just a luxury piece of jewelry.
It's pretty.
It is pretty. Should have asked him for a squid egg.
Squig.
Could always do sending and go and ask him. But
Can we trade the I do a return and store credit for this piece of equipment.
now, as they have left, you see the large squid sort of dive underwater and begin to move out. Everybody continues their day as usual, back to what it was previous.
Rude.
At which point, let's see. Colt,
Linda slowly sneaks out of there, and then as soon as she exits the door, zooms as fast as she can back to the camera she set.
Thanks, Melinda.
Welcome, bye.
Melinda, before the next encounter, you were able to get another 20 hours.
Hey.
See? It all worked out in the end.
I'm
Is
at
there anything-
84.
Yeah, is there anything else anybody wants to do while at sea?
Yeah, just between our group. I don't really want to involve the rest of the crew, but does anybody know of any relics that could destroy another relic? Because I don't fucking know.
That sounds like a question for the book.
Let's
your ship a
fucking
relic?
go.
That could destroy a relic? That'd be convenient.
Rockman knows many. Melinda knows none.
Mhm.
Melinda might know one.
Mhm.
I love your book.
How many does
Your book is
Rockman
so
know?
useful.
It's just funny who would also be enjoying what I'm asking.
Mhm. So, you did have two questions. Did you have any time to think about the questions other than the one that you were planning on? with the 2 questions previously being you wouldn't have known about needing to ask for a thing.
Correct.
But the new question you can of course ask.
I have not thought of anything for the other 2 questions.
Sure, no worries then. For the new question, what you asking?
How to word it?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna mark down here how many questions you have based on time frame, because like Mai would not have let a question go.
I feel like I should probably go get dessert so that way I don't ruin stuff.
Cribus. Crib. Maybe something along that line. I don't know if that works and it's specific enough.
What is in here? Hang on.
See, that's okay. So here's that kind of changes things, right,
But
guys?
you also asked it as that can destroy. It's possible that it would list us to a relic of Charybdis that could possibly destroy a relic of Charybdis, but could also possibly not.
Correct.
That is not
I may or may not have
bad.
been looking at
not-
how close the dangerous place was first.
No, Mai would probably know the distinction, so would probably ask something similar. What is the nearest relic to us that will only destroy a relic of Charybdis?
That isn't a
It
relic
Won't do
of
anything
Charybdis.
else except destroy a relic of Charybdis.
Mm.
That's
Hold on,
gonna
let's
be
stick
like
with them.
1,000 miles away. It's gonna be just one item that's only destroy shit.
Yeah, an item that only destroys relics. I get the vague idea of what you're, and you're just asking for the nearest one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I need to know land water.
My concern now is that Axana is probably using us to get the other items, and then whenever she comes and encounters us, those things get together and she gets what she wants. So I really don't want to go find these relics until we get a relic that can destroy those relics. And then once we find one, we can kill it or destroy it or something. Teleport it away, something. But she seems to be everywhere, so I don't trust that we won't see her once we collect the items she's looking for. Like, I feel like she's just gonna pop out of the freaking ether.
Thinking distance wise, because the distance to the northeast is a thing, but I don't think they have the thing that you want. Or rather, the thing that they have there wouldn't be able.
You okay over there, Rachel?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Okay.
I still haven't seen Star Trek. I'm sorry.
It's
Neither have
this
I.
lady.
Oh, I've seen her.
Okay.
So that lady, just to go off on a tiny mini tangent, that lady, is actually the voice of the computer in a lot of the new Star Treks. Not new, but like through the 80s and 90s, she was the voice of the computer. She plays a character named Lwaxana Troi, who is the mother of one of the people in Next Generation. And then she also, I'm pretty sure, was married to Roddenberry, who is the creator of the show, and she played the nurse in the very first Star Trek series, the original TOS Star Trek.
Wow.
So she's like Star Trek royalty. But yeah, every time you say Axana, I think of Lwaxana.
Sana.
Yeah.
The name was not derived from her, but I love that it's related in some way.
Okay, you can continue. I'm sorry I had to get it out of my system.
So,
Mood.
you ask Dus a question. One question. Or I say your second day. Your post meeting the cult of Scylla questions.
Yep.
looking for the nearest relic that could possibly destroy, you ask. I'd say it probably would show you the documentation of the relic, just because that's the easiest written content for the relic for your
Yeah.
skill to grab. So the documentation is what seems to be almost like an inventory manifest of an object or an item. It is a manifest written and stamped by the Mages Guild. So you're probably guess it's at wherever the nearest Mages Guild is. You also know that most Mages Guilds are connected. Like you can literally walk from one to the other. So like a Mages Guild in the Republic could output you into a Mages Guild in Francia, because magic is shenanigany. But the item listed is an item that Rogma knows of. It is it is shown as a bracelet that has 3 electrical lines coming out of the top of it. It is labeled as the Lightning Whip, is what it's called. And it seems as if like controlling it is mental based, and it is a 3-pronged whip that comes straight out of your arm, and can be used to grab people or hit things with it or use lightning like energy. It is lightning based, which is amusingly on theme.
I was gonna say.
But yeah,
Sounds perfect.
it is an electrical
It
whip
kinda is, though.
based relic. And it is within the custody of the Mages Guild. The listed stamp is actually the Mages Guild in Campen currently, so that's the one right.
Camping. We almost went there.
Yeah, you guys would have been here 3 days, so Campen's pretty close to where you're. Campen is closer than the red X marked, so you wouldn't have gotten the Charybdis one anyways. But yeah, you are able to learn of a relic listed that is within the custody of the Mages Guild currently.
Well, I guess I better let our captain and crew know. And by that I mean the party.
Yeah.
Or you could not, just to be chaotic.
No, she's not chaotic. She
I
wants to
learned how
come
to
back alive
self-teleport.
from this. Peace.
I just goes to Melinda and is like, "Hey, can you teleport me to Campen?"
Sure, I'm coming with you.
Just leave the rest of the party behind. What?
Yep.
Did we just lose 2 people?
Wait, where are those 2 nerds?
But Maya is able to inform
The
of
quiet one and the chaos one.
of at least one relic that is capable of destroying a relic of Charybdis.
Okay, that's more than what we got or had before. So
Also, notably, the relic in question is listed as non-divine, so it does not, it is not forged by godly energies. But apparently, it is still magically strong enough to break a relic of Charybdis.
So Maya, you said that it was in the Mages Guild, right? So like they have ownership of it?
At least based off of the inventory control sheet that was there, yes.
So so who wants to go on a heist? I feel like they're not gonna just give it to us.
Well,
Oh, I
we
can't
have
wait.
somebody from the Mages Guild who may be able to help us talk our way.
Like the person that we hired?
Yes.
The necromancer is down below deck right now.
Who as part of some of the slow parts of the day would probably have helped him with his research and stuff, so.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't want him to know that we might be trying to take it.
But what if he helps us borrow it for this purpose and then we give it back?
That sounds like a lot of work, giving it back. Uh,
We'll say we'll give it back.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay. All right. I mean, I guess it can't hurt to tell him the purpose of getting it, right? I'm a little, I don't know.
Oh,
I feel like
logically
he should.
speaking, we have encountered a very powerful mage that has the ability to not only loan us stuff but then take it back if we don't fulfill his contracts.
Oh, that is true.
Does his name rhyme with?
Possibly. You cut out, so I couldn't hear you, but possibly.
Oh, well, I said, does his name rhyme with Schmackschmear? But that's okay. It wasn't that.
Yes.
The-
That's I mean, I'm not trying to discourage us from trying to do a heist, but logically speaking.
Yes, and with magic possibly being casted on it, and it potentially leaving the building and then teleporting immediately back to them.
Or
Mhm.
just not leaving the building.
You do know. You don't know where his mobile cart is. You do know he has a permanent store in the Republic.
Is it close to campus?
Vaguely? I mean, it's across the way. Camden, the Republic.
Oh yeah, it's like literally across. It's like a hop, skip, and a bob away.
Up, skip, and a circle away.
The Republic is the reason Campen and Bergen are not technically a part of Francia and are considered the autonomous naval zone. Because Francia didn't want to have to fight the Republic and was like, look, how about we make a boat zone between us and we just both buy the boats instead and I get some taxes from it. And the Republic was like, yeah, that's fine. So Francia technically taxes the location, but they both have free reign of the naval area, which is why it's the naval autonomous zone. It's literally the Republic's fault that it's not technically Francia. But yeah, if you wanted to, you can go straight there. And as you would know, mages guilds all connect. Theoretically, there's a mages guild in the Republic. In fact, there's probably a lot of them because it's a city that's 3 days wide on horseback. If you were running straight from one side to the other via horseback, it would still take you 3 days to get from one side of the Republic to the other. That's how big the city is. There's definitely mages guilds there. And if they're all connected, theoretically, you could requisition something from another mages guild while being in the Republic. But it's up to you guys. And you guys have some wealth, too.
Do they
Who?
sell their relics?
Ogshir does. Ogshir is well known to sell relics.
Hmm.
Do it.
They'd be expensive, but
It would.
What?
he might be able to loan out a
Yeah,
relic to you.
We could send him a message and say, "Hey, are you able to get this relic for us to borrow to destroy some shit?" And see how much he's willing to give us, how much he wants us to give him for it. Jesus Christ! Of all possibilities.
Or we could buy one from him that he already has.
Mhm.
Which
It's
is
true.
probably cheaper.
He might have one that's
But
available to break as well.
But it's lightning themed.
He could get you a light. Have you seen my sword? It turns
Yes.
into actual lightning and
Yeah.
fire and ice.
Yeah, okay, all right, stop bragging.
No, it's awesome.
It may be awesome, but is it awesome enough to break a thingy?
It could be.
I don't think so, because I feel like the book would have pointed to your sword if
Immediately,
it
yeah.
wasn't.
Well, it could be made to maybe by him. Or we could get a new one.
All right. So we
How
find
much
our
is
share.
that
We
gonna
ask.
cost?
Probably a lot. Look, at least with the heist, it's cheaper because it's free usually. Oh, Jesus Christ, Rigel, what the hell?
So as long as
Why-
somebody maintains the magical circle, theoretically, Melinda could do the magic circle on the boat, teleport you guys out, and as long as somebody on the boat understands how to just maintain that circle, they can continue sailing while you guys are in the Republic. So even if you have to spend a day there or more, you can then teleport back to the markings listed by Melinda, because Melinda will have wrote the code down for her own circle because she made that circle. Would be able to then teleport back to that circle. It just has to be maintained over time. They could leave behind the Seasinger Paladin, for example. He has magical ability, so he would be able to maintain the circle. Basically, he just has to make sure he rechalks it and continues the cycle. Melinda would have to leave behind the money's worth of material to maintain the circle.
Chalk.
Yeah, the magical chalk, essence, incense, whatever it ends up being. I think it is just chalk, isn't it?
Chalk. Yeah, it's just chalk. You have
So
to
she-
pay for fancy chalk.
Yeah, so she could leave behind the magical chalk to make sure that it's maintained for the next day if needed. But it will cost you another day's worth of chalk. So you'll literally be like, you make it, you teleport out, and then if you take an entire day, you have to use the chalk to get there, and chalk has to be used to maintain it on the boat. So you'd be using 3 total uses worth of chalk just for staying one day.
Oof.
Or you guys can teleport straight to Akshir, try to get the thing, and then teleport straight back, and that's just 2 uses of the teleport. Because the circle doesn't have to be maintained because it's already there, and it'll be there for 24 hours. So
How much is my chalk? Rare chalk.
50
and
gold per
inks
cast,
infused
isn't
with
it?
Precious gem, 50 gold. Yeah. With the spell consumes 50 gold. So that's 150 gold just to stay for 1 day round of magic circle.
Yep, or 100
I'm a
to
little-
teleport to and back within 24 hours.
I'm a little worried about leaving the ship on its own, considering we're being hunted.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sure the crew can fight off whatever, but I don't really want to potentially risk everyone's lives.
Well, they're hunting you specifically, not the ship, right?
I well,
Right. That sounded
don't
mean.
know.
I didn't intend it.
I don't think that she. I mean, if she saw my ship, she'd probably try to destroy it, right? I don't think she's really me. She's just trying to make a point. Besides, Alice is also part of the crew. I think she's also going for him too, unless I just made that up.
Nope, you did not make that up.
I mean,
Okay.
he could come with.
But then we leave the ship more defenseless. We don't want to just sail back.
You could just send a couple of people. You'd lose a
Sure.
portion of your team, but if they come back that day, it's literally just I sent a few people to go shopping and they came back.
Melinda, do you want to take somebody with you to go shopping? And then we'll just make sure that the chalk circle is here.
Okay.
Who are you taking with you?
Oh, I gotta decide.
Probably the person with the most gold.
Rigel.
Hello.
That's me.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have 666.
Little giggle.
All
I
of
mean, she
you,
also has 528 PP.
I was gonna say,
That's a lot of PP.
all of you have
lot of PP.
around like 6,000 gold at least. A lot. Melinda's the lowest at 4,200 gold.
No
Yeah, Lyra's
cow.
at 5. Kaliana has almost 6,000 gold.
Nice.
500 or 5,280 gold is platinum pieces right now.
Oh, I
lots of PP.
understand.
Yeah,
You're
500 yeah.
converting. Got it.
Lyra's the.
Where?
Yeah, Lyra's just got a little bit more than I think. A
Yep,
tad
just
bit
barely.
more. Rigel's got the most, followed by Mai and then Cow.
The next upgrade I want for this ship is for it to fly, so it can just be
Or-
a land, air ship.
You can certainly try. Who's going? What are we doing, guys? Where are we going? Gonna go try
I
to
mean,
Am I
buy
really
a
going on a
relic?
shopping trip?
You suggested it.
No, I said that it wouldn't be a good idea to heist it. I also said I need to go on a shopping trip because it has monies and I can buy potions and stuff. But I didn't know that we were actually gonna go.
Well, yeah, we kind of need something to. I mean, if we're not gonna go ask the Mages Guild, or we're not gonna heist it from the Mages Guild, then we got to find some way to get this thing, because
We
we're
could
kind of
ask the Mages Guild.
We can
That
tell
sounds
them what
ridiculous.
we're doing, and then explain to them why it's a good idea for us to have it or break it.
Have it to break other relics.
We're not gonna break their thing.
Or break
The-
it.
No, no.
Knowing our luck.
Maybe take the most persuasive person with you.
I'm definitely the most persuasive person. Definitely.
As you say, you're
I'm
going
convinced.
to break the item they're giving. Just say everything except the last part, and then it's okay.
Ken has
Well-
magic lightning whip thing, please.
Yeah, you can try to get Akshir to get it for you, or you can just teleport into camp and be like, "Hey, Mages Guild, yo."
Either way, we gotta teleport somewhere.
Yeah. Or completely
Unless we
ignore
make a
it.
big detour.
I mean, I guess the ship would be fine on its own for a day if we want to all go.
Doesn't even have to be a day. If you guys take like 5 hours to just go shopping, the boat would be alone for 5 hours. That's it. You know what I mean? Or a few hours at most if it's just a real quick shopping trip.
Pop in, pop out, destroy a city, come back. It's all good.
Yeah. Theoretically, the ship could be alone for just a few hours. That's the most. Okay, so it'll probably be fine when you get back.
Yes, yes, the probably that you always put on there that worries me the most. So
Don't worry about it. I would never do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll stay behind with the ship, and everybody else can go. I like that it's just transforming mine every time.
So who's going? Where are we going? What are we doing? Somebody's got to
Let's
make
see
a
if we can
decision.
get free first. Let's go to camping, get the Mages Guild to maybe lend it to us. See if we don't have to sell our souls to Akshir. And then if that doesn't work, then we'll talk to Akshir.
Wasn't it also possible for us to get to the Mages Guild and potentially ask about the item in the Republic as well? So we could
I
kill
was gonna
two birds?
say, if we're just going to camping, why don't we just go to the Republic? It's like
Sure.
across
I-
the pond.
Wait, do you want to teleport into the Republic, or you want to sail into the Republic?
Well, I thought we were did you say we were sailing to camping?
No.
Oh,
guys can
okay.
Because that would be still a lot faster than us
Right,
sailing
right.
back.
I thought you said we were sailing there. I was like, well, then
That might have been a
Okay.
Freudian slip. I would love to sail away, but no, not to sail. Just to teleport into the Republic. Talk to the Mages Guild. See if they'll give it to us for free. That doesn't work. Cry to Akshir. Sell our soul to him. Borrow it, and then give it back. Probably, maybe.
well then we should just go to the Republic then. So then
Why is
So-
he casual?
Alright.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So is everybody going to the Republic then? You
Sure.
guys gonna just take a quick hour or so to teleport over to the Republic and then hop on back? Maybe Melinda can get some more materials for teleportation as well, so that she doesn't have to worry about it. Because you can buy that straight from the Mages Guild, and it is exact price unless you have some sort of benefits. So 50 gold worth of materials.
Do we have benefits? How do I get benefits? Can I
You-
get a club card?
You can. The Mages Guild
As-
is a workplace. You can get a club card, and there is like sales and shit that happens because they do sell scrolls and magic materials, and like they are both a official multinational like group along with being a storefront. So yes, you could theoretically do all sorts of stuff there.
So with this club card, do I have to use it at the Mages Guild, or can I just go to any Mages Guild, or can I use it at the mom and pop shops too, or does it have to be a Mages Guild?
It would be just mages. And it would be all
Dang it.
Mages Guild, because all Mages Guilds are connected in some way, shape, or form. So a Mages Guild in the Republic would be the same as a Mages Guild out in the Great Sand Sea over in like the Serenade Sultanate, for example. That's not what they're called anymore. I changed their name. Whatever the Sultanate is called.
The Sultan of SWAT.
The salt and pepper.
So,
No, they have a real
you're
name,
both
guys.
fired.
Guys, they have a real name. Why are you making fun of my name? The Hazmat Sultanate. That's what they got named. Yeah, for Pervon.
It's Critical
Yes,
Role
I remember.
reference.
Mm.
I mean, Matt Mercer really should just say the names out loud when he's making them. That's
Yeah,
a good
I
way
know.
to prevent.
He needs to say them to Marissa, is what it is. Because he could say them out
Yeah.
loud all he wants, but he won't hear it. He needs to say them to Marissa.
To be fair, we do the same shit to Cortland, but we always manage to like lasagna.
Yes.
Lasagna?
Lazarin. Yeah. Okay. So you guys all going? You guys all going to the Republic?
I'm taking Alice with us.
Taking Alice. Okay. So Gunner's the one staying on the boat. Gunner and the Paladin, I assume, right? The Sea Singer.
Yes.
Yes, we need
Okay.
him to
The-
stay.
Guard the ship with your lives.
Yeah. So basically, you'll be informed the boat will move slightly slower because it doesn't have your influence to do that like electrical push thing that it normally does, but a little bit slower doesn't really mean much when you have a full crew who can manage the winds and waves. So fractionally slower compared to normal. No increase in day requirement for sailing though, because you'll be back before that matters. As you pull out the listings, Melinda, for the
My phone book.
yeah, basically the listings of locations. The Republic has a few different options. So you can teleport into the Central Republic, which is like a merchant territory, which would be really close to Oxshir's place, as well as there is a Mages Guild near there. You can also go into the Soul District, and the fucking other one. Hang on. That one. In the Council District. So you can either go into the Anani Council District, the Soul District, or the sort of center of town, which is close to the Soul District would also be close to a bunch of like money lenders and banks and stuff. The Council District would be close to another Mages Guild, but it's not as close to the Oxshir store.
Ow.
There are multiple Mages Guilds within the Republic. Multiple buildings for the Mages Guild.
Let's go there.
All right, so you're gonna hit the center district so that you're close to a Mages Guild and Oxshir's place, I assume.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You make the teleportation a circle for everybody to go into. You can spend that or remove that from your list of goodies. as you'll use one use of teleportation, and you guys will leave the teleportation circle here. If it doesn't take more than a day, you can always just teleport right back to it. As everybody teleports to the Republic. So,
And then there's
welcome to the grand city of the Republic. Massive, towering skyscrapers built of stone and gold and silver, and you're in the central region of the city. It is massive, has many different market fronts, and you can immediately see different places to go. You notice that because you're able to teleport directly into here, there is no immediate border control. There's no, like, when you teleport into other locations where there was, like, a required stop, this particular teleport location doesn't seem to have any. However, with your passive perception, you are able to see that just in the distance a little bit, there is an individual wearing a blue robe and a blue armored individual standing next to them, who is very much keeping an eye on everybody who teleports in or out. And they seem to be keeping tabs on something. They have like a notepad out and are just writing stuff down. So there are people watching the teleportation, but nobody seems to be worried about actually checking you guys for, like, did you bring in contraband or any of that kind of stuff. You guys are able to freely go wherever you want. You're going to hunt down the Mages Guild first? Is that what you said?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Easy enough. You're able to follow the signs, as there are many street signs that point to the major businesses in the district. You are able to make it to... I was going to ask us about a cart. Well, yeah, because you're not in a cart.
Yeah, I know.
No, if anything, they'll be like, why didn't you bring a cart? Where the hell did you just teleport from?
Yeah,
Um,
no!
Just don't worry about it.
Damned if I do, damned if we don't.
Are you only bringing stuff that's on your person? Do you have a bag of holding? We're gonna need to check your belongings. No. You find your way towards the Mages Guild. It is a very elaborate storefront that is very modernized. Very much magiteched up. The doors automatically slide open for you. You see the magical runes sort of move out of the way of things. The floor itself lights up as you begin to walk across it and seems to, like, identify where you are at. And you actually see a notification on the floor beneath you that shows that you, as a group, you particularly don't have memberships as you just walk in. Like, it just says basically, you know, no membership, whatever, and then it highlights you with a color. So you have very specific colored lights, and you see other people walking around that have different colored lights beneath them, signifying different things. There's a person at one of the guest counters who's sort of like, oh, hello, welcome to the Mages Guild. How can I be of assistance for you all?
I fly right up to her as fast as I can and I say, yes, I'd like a membership.
How do I apply for a membership card?
You would like a membership? Are you purely applying for the shopping, merchant-based, benefits and discounts? If you're only applying for that portion, you can do so within the shop, and gestures over, and you see the lights on the ground go tick, 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 and light up over to a specific door. Over at the store, once you go to check out, simply talk to the cashier, and they'll be able to get you a membership card. It does come with a monthly fee, so just be ready for that. But it guarantees discounts and all sorts of other things. First pick at new scrolls. Any apprentice-based equipment is discounted rather drastically, including any manufactured goods by individuals who aren't actually masters of them. For example, a potion made from an apprentice would cost you less than a potion made in more standardized procedures. But you only get those benefits if you have a membership card.
What would be the best membership for someone who is an entrepreneur and creating their own potions?
You wish to also sell to the Mages Guild, perhaps?
Possibly.
All right. In that case, you'd want a merchant's card, which would allow you to sell directly to us. We prefer bulk as much as possible, but if you are an artisan in your craftsmanship, then we are willing to pay a pretty hefty penny. It is similar card procedure, but you'll actually want to go and talk to them, and gestures over towards a different counter. Once again, the counter almost seems to light up a little bit as they gesture towards it. They'll be able to get you the merchant's card, which does give you benefits both in shopping, but it gives you access to the priority line for selling anything you may or may not make. It is still only a monthly fee, and it is not that much more expensive than the shopping card.
Oh, is there like a... Oh, I guess I could ask that over there. I was going to ask if there was a yearly plan, but that's probably a them question.
It is, and I believe there is, but you'd have to ask them.
Okay. Thank you so much. And
Of
then I'm going to
course.
zip as fast as I can to that counter.
Yeah, you fly on over to that counter. While Melinda was doing that, what was everybody else doing? You are in a incredibly, I'd say high tech, but it's magical tech. Everything has a slight glow to it. Think like neon cyberpunk if it was magic instead of mechanical, and instead of like actual neon tubes, it's magical sigils on the ground, that kind of deal.
Mm,
Are you all looking for something in particular?
Some recommendations.
Of course. If you're looking for somebody to hire, you can hire them over there. You can hire directly from any of the available schools of magic, from abjuration to conjuration, anything you may or may not need. If you need a particular type of spell to be cast, you can do a similar thing, same location. Simply ask for the spell you would like to be cast. Get it there. If you'd like to merely shop for goods, any manufactured materials and whatnot, you can go to our storefront, which is through the door that I originally showed your friend. If you need any other assistance beyond just that, I could probably assist you.
I think I'll go look at the goods.
Of course.
What are their recommendations?
Yeah, if you go into the shop, it is packed full of stuff. There is an entire shelf that is like you walked into a library, but instead of books, it has like scroll tubes, and it's just all different types of magic, and the shelves are actually labeled from, you know, first level spells, second level spells, third level spells, fourth level spells, fifth level spells, sixth level spells. It goes all the way up to 8th level spells being available in this shop. Although that particular shelf is actually everything above 6th is locked. Like it has a lock on it and like that glass frame in front of it. Like these are very expensive. Ask a person to go and unlock it for you type deal. But there are also magically manufactured items. There are wands, there are staffs, there are different types of cloaks and robes that all have different enchantments on them. Want like an enchanted robe of some kind, you can get that. There is a lot of magic items here. Just a lot.
I'll look at the robes, like capes and stuff.
Sure. Okay, so you're gonna look at that. I'll bring up that as make sure that I know what options are.
As much as I like my flowy cape, I don't think it's doing much.
No worries. Mai, what are you doing? If you're here. Okay.
I don't know yet.
Mai will commit to attempt to assassinate the person at the front counter. No. Rigel,
Very
No.
sneakily.
what do you
Uh,
plan on?
I was going to follow Lyra to see what she was gonna do about borrowing the item.
Sure. All right, so we'll get back to that then. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift back over to Melinda then, as Melinda gets over to the counter that has the person, or rather the sign-ups for a merchant's license within the Mages Guild. There's a person in front of you who begins to leave almost right as you arrive, flying in. Oh, hello. How can I assist you?
Yes, I would like to know how much it costs for either a customer. I know that you don't do that here at this countertop, but the customer membership card versus the merchant membership card, please. Thank you.
Of course. So if you're merely wanting to buy things, discounts are purely based off of different levels. So it would allow you to buy apprentice goods for less, for example, and it adds a little bit of a discount for some of the mid-range stuff that you can buy. But any masterful goods, there is no discount on because they're hard to come by. For the merchants portion, it also allows you to sell directly to us. You can sell any materials you make to any Mages Guild, and we offer at least market price, if not more, depending on the needs of the location. So a good example would be if a place is currently at war and is near a border to that war, things like healing potions will be bought at above market price. And this benefit is only given to those who have the merchant's card with them. Those who don't can still, of course, sell, but they don't get any benefits. We also offer larger bulk buys if you need. If you plan on shipping or moving materials long distance, you can buy from a Mages Guild, and, for example, you wanted to buy like 20 health potions, but you can ship it to a village that's under attack, you could do so very easily. You'd be able to buy them all for a discount instead of market price.
Cool. I like that.
Yearly
much?
pricing differences is it's about 1 silver per season for the normal like customer card. For the being able to sell to us directly and buy bulk products, it does cost I believe 2 gold per season. Hang on, let me double check.
2 gold versus 1 silver.
Yes, it is 2 gold per season. If you want, you can buy an entire year in advance, which does take a couple of gold off of the price.
Let's do it.
All right. If you're buying a year, that would be 6 gold right now, and you'll have a full year of the merchant's license available to you.
Here you go, sir. Did I do something wrong?
Coins.
Yeah, coins with an S.
Coins.
Mhm.
I was like, I just did this. Here you go, sir. Wrong pocket.
Did you just buy the membership?
I did.
Yeah, she got a merchant card. Yeah, so you hand over the 6. He goes, thank you very much. If you can put your hand here, please. And he gestures towards a piece of the countertop, which is actually like pure black. If you just lay your entire palm on the black slate, please.
Swamp.
You put your hand and you feel a slight warmth. Because of your arcane nature, you can tell that a spell is being cast. And then out of the side of the black like tablet-looking thing that's on the table, a card begins to sort of print out of the side as it just tink, and then it falls
hope I
onto
got
the
my good side.
countertop. And you can see that it has your name listed. It has merchant license, and it is a sort of silver card. It seems to be
Ooh.
like silver plated, not actual like complete silver, but it is an obvious identifier. It also has some sort of magical sigils on the back that look almost like tactile lines all put together. But yeah, you have a card available for you.
Okay, I have a question about flying in here. Do I still have a color around me?
Your
'Cause I'm not
color,
touching the floor.
yes, your color is below you on the floor.
Okay, did the color change?
It did. It changed.
Yeah.
It actually is now a sort of silverish blue colored light below you. And you're
Ooh.
now able to recognize the more gray or white lights tend to mean nothing. Your light is very obviously, hey, merchant, and you can see a couple of others. But then you also see a much more greenish light for people coming out of the store. It's probably people who have the the buyer's licenses, the standard membership. And then you can actually see many of the employees as they're moving about have a bright red light by them.
Another question for you. Does this work as like a party membership? Or is it just specifically me?
You will have to be present for any deals.
Okay. But if I am present, they still get deals on their merchandise.
Yeah, of
Or
course.
selling stuff? Question mark?
Yes, of course. We have built it so that parties of adventurers are able to easily make use of a single membership.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go buy chalk.
Of course.
Bye.
Okay, then we go back to let's go to Lyra because I didn't hear what Lyra was going to do next. Lyra, what are you doing? Because Lyra and Rigel originally was going to go with you, but then Rigel mixed to going with Melinda. Oh, let's actually go to Rigel real quick. Rigel, because you went to follow Melinda, did you want to do anything now that you've heard the membership rules and or things?
Yeah. So I got a question about. So I own some shops.
Hmm.
Would it be possible to sell your goods at my shop through
Unfortunately,
you?
all business fronts for Mage Guild created materials needs to be at a Mage Guild.
Okay.
You're welcome to buy from us and then sell directly at your store if you wanted to use the benefits of a merchant's license, because buying in bulk
Right.
does give you a little bit of a discount.
Yeah. That was my next question, but you answered her before she left.
A pleasure to be of assistance. We do recommend that if you do want your store to be able to do such things, you get a membership for either the individual who plans on doing dealings with the guild. So, for example, if you have somebody who's going to be your sort of shipping manager at your store, you get them to have the merchant's license. That way, when every time they can come and just pick things up, because the individual who owns the license must be on site for the transaction in order to get any benefits of the card.
Okay. I'll have to speak with them then.
Wonderful. And hopefully a Mages Guild is available wherever you plan on doing that.
Good question. We'll see.
If you're talking about your store in Bergen, yes, there is a Mages Guild
Yeah.
there.
Bergen and where was the other one?
Camp.
Camp.
Yeah, there is Mages Guilds in both of those because they have to have magical materials for their anti-seawall, basically. Then we'll go back over to Lyra. Hi, Lyra.
Hey,
So,
did anyone go and ask for the item?
nope, nobody's done that yet. Everybody's going to like look at things and shop and get membership cards.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go ask about the item. Uh, though I'd feel like having Melinda would probably, or Mai would probably be ideal.
Sure.
So I guess I'll wait for them to finish shopping and then steal them, or I could wait for everyone to be done shopping and then we could go ask.
Yeah. Does Mai want to go with Lara?
Mai would tap Lyra's shoulder. I'm right here.
Okay.
Oh hi! You really got to make the noise or something because you just sneak around and I can't hear.
Mai just always naturally rolls a 20 stealth.
I mean,
Yes, Mai is for sure with you. So if you wanted to go and there you go.
Why? Why? Okay. Yeah. Let's go find I guess the person that Melinda was talking to would be fine to ask.
Sure.
Say, hey, we're looking to rent an item or like borrow an item for you guys. Is that something you guys do?
Not usually for non-employees or members of the Mages Guild. Is there a particular item you're looking for, though? We might be able to work something out.
Yes. It is a lightning whip. I don't remember. Does it have a name, Mine? Did it have a name?
It does. Hang on. I need to remember the name of the whip.
The whip of lightning. Lightning whip. Whip it good.
A shwoom boom.
Boom crash.
It is called the Lightning Tails, is what it's actually called.
Oh. So close. Okay, yeah. I will ask if that was provided by the book. I will ask if they have the lightning tails. Lightning tails.
One moment, I'll look it up real quick. And he reaches under the counter and pulls out a book. Begins just shifting through it real quick. And then it begins to automatically flip itself for a second to a page. And he goes, oh, unfortunately, that item is a relic that is currently under study. So we would not be able to lend out such a powerful object.
Do you have one of similar? Nope, it's not gonna work. I feel like the book would have said so.
Unfortunately, if you're looking for things of relic level, you're not going to be able to get it from here.
Where would one get a relic?
That depends. If you were a member of one of the schools here, you could theoretically get one once you're within the top portion of your school of magic. If you were running studies, for example, such a thing. There are many relics that are hidden throughout the world, and many are held by powerful people. If you happen to know any of them, you could perhaps get them to lend you one. But relics are very powerful. We're talking like heirloom level royalty type magic. So it would be quite hard to get somebody to let you borrow it.
What if it was to save the world?
In that case, your best bet be to hope that somebody also wants to save the world who has a relic. There are a few who exist out in the world. Perhaps if you went to the Legion, they could try to get something for you, but I doubt it. If you went to the Soul Syndicate, they could probably lend you one for an exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that.
Or you could always try and check in with the magical shop that Akshir owns.
Yeah, that's the second choice. Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Kaliana.
Break it.
Me.
We're looking at robes and cloaks. There are all sorts of different robes and cloaks. Some with really basic enchantments, like elemental bonuses. Things like, you're resistant to cold damage when you wear this robe, or you're resistant to fire damage when you wear this cape, or temporarily able to fly, but you can just use telekinesis on yourself, so that's not that helpful. But you do see there are some higher level ones as well. You see a robe of stars,
Ooh.
which is literally that. It is a very nice sort of dark robe that has many glistening stars on it. You can actually pull the stars off the robe, and they act as called Melf's minute meteors.
Whoa.
Just had to do the Olympics with it, didn't they?
Yeah, my minute meteors is basically like a little bit of an AoE thing where you can pull the stars off. It deals fire damage. You just throw like a little fire explosive, basically. I think it deals
I want
3d6
that.
damage or something like that.
I want it.
There we go. That's what it is.
Whoa.
You'd be able to pull out those. It's 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a success. Each creature within 5 feet of the point where the meteor explodes. So it's just this little fiery meteor that you can grab out and throw up to 120 feet.
Whoa. I want that.
You're welcome to buy it if you want.
How much is it?
Sure. You grab the starry robe and head over to the counter. The person at the counter goes, "Oh, it's a wonderful piece to decide on. If you're looking for prices as well, so give me a second."
I want it. Yeah.
Actually, technically, there's 2 different robe of stars. Crap. Okay, so you have to choose.
Oh.
There's that one which has red stars sort of glistening across it, which will allow you to, as an action, pull up to 2 of those meteors off and throw them out. Or there is a much darker looking robe that has just red stars around the neckline of it. Which would allow you to cast Magic Missile as a 5th
Wow.
level spell.
Wow.
Wow.
It has
Whoa.
6 stars on it, and every dusk, 1d6 worth of stars reappear on the robe.
Whoa.
Same with the explosive one. So either Magic Missile real strong, or Melf's minute meteors. But there's more of them, I think. I think it's 12 stars on that one.
How much is each of them?
No, the robe of stars costs fuck ton.
Oh.
No.
Okay, so that one has one. So the robe of stars that uses Magic Missile costs far too much for you to buy. The robe of stars that uses Minute Missile, or Minute Meteor, sorry, is much more obtainable. It is 6,000 gold. Still a lot.
Do I want to spend all of my money?
Mm-hmm.
You would
Yeah,
need to
it'd be-
borrow a little bit more.
Yeah.
Would she? Does she?
If it's 10 conversion, that's
Yeah.
5,280 plus 666 is still less than 6,000.
E.
Oh, yes, it
Sad.
is.
Big Sag.
Put it
You
in
Can
do
I
gold.
try and haggle it down? Can I
You
convince them?
certainly can.
Could you potentially grab Melinda?
Yeah.
If you'd like
That's
to try to.
Right now she's got essentially 5,946 gold.
She needs 54 gold.
If you'd like to roll persuasion, you may.
Hey.
Hey.
Nice. As you request a lower price, they're like, these prices are relatively set, so I can't do too much, but I might be able to give you a little bit of a benefit. Did you want to sign up for the card for anybody who buys product? And like, as this happens, Melinda, you enter and are like right there.
Hi, Cal. I need chalk. And also, ooh, nice cloak.
Yeah, I know it's so good, and I want it, but it's expensive.
Oh, I got a thing. I'm gonna slap the silver card down.
Yeah, as soon as you put that silver card down for the person at the front goes, oh, okay, you have a merchant's card. That actually makes this a lot easier for us, because that means licensed and verified as not a criminal. So, and looks down to the line.
Hey, Cal,
Okay.
guess what? We're not criminals.
Yay!
And then I need to do some math here. Hang on. Calculator.
Math.
They are limited on how much they can give. Okay, so with the card and you being rather nice, I can bring it down as low. The lowest I can go, 5,600.
Is it worth it though?
Yes. Do it.
I'll do it. I'll be poor again.
Okay. If you'd like to remove 5,600 gold from your inventory, please. And I need to go modify your character sheet because that are different.
Oh. What did I do wrong here?
No space between the minus at 56
Oh,
and
okay.
GP.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
GP
all one word.
GP can actually be spaced out. That doesn't matter as much.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I got 34 PP.
I still broke.
Where are these grabbed from? You have an extra bonus now. Plus 1 bonus to saving throws while you wear this.
Whoa.
6 stars that act as Melf's minute meter. They replenish 1d6. While you wear this robe, you can use meteor and fucking throw it up to 2 meteors at a time. So I need to figure out how to give you.
You said 2 light years at a time. I was like, oh.
I need to figure out how to give you
What?
the +1s.
Hi, Lyra.
Oh goodness.
Lyra, where'd she go?
Oh.
There she is.
Are you okay?
There she be. Oh, her
'Kay.
phone died.
Uh-oh.
There we go. I need to remember this.
Oh. Wait, 1d6 to restore it?
1d6 of the stars restore every dusk. So if you've used all 6
Oh.
at dusk, you roll a d6, and if you roll the 6, you just get all the charges back.
Oh, okay.
So if you
Speaking of,
if you used 2 charges and you roll a 1, you only get 1 charge back. But then next dusk, you get to roll again. So like, after 6 days, it's guaranteed you'll get all the meteors back. But there is some odds
okay.
of getting some or not getting some. You can throw up to 2 meteors at a time, and they each do 2d6 fire damage.
Oh.
Can you roll for the infinite juices? Sure. Yeah, multiple days have passed. I don't think you even have to roll. I think you just get the charges back at this point.
it's
I think-
2 8d4 plus 8.
Notes. Put this in my notes.
Wait, what?
It's the
Fancy.
decanter has the superior, the
Oh,
two
yeah.
two charges of 8d4.
I think the restoration for your thing was a D3 minus 1, was how many charges you get back per day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's a chance that you get none back because you picked one of the most expensive potions. But after having not used it for over 3 days, it would probably be, this is the 4th day, I'd say it just restored. We're not going to have you roll every single time.
Okay.
You can get back your charges. I think you had 2 on that one, right? Is it 2 or 3 for that?
Yeah. Two
Okay.
charges of the 8d4.
That makes sense. It's the next one lower than it. That was 3 or 4, depending on dice roll. Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
used to be 4 charges of 4d4, but now it's 2 charges.
Perfect. And then you're able to go shopping for your stuff. Are you gonna bulk buy your teleportation stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. In that
And
case,
some healing potion stuff too.
in that case, those actually cost the same, which is kind of funny. A normal healing potion at least costs 50 gold, and your teleportation costs 50 gold.
Hey.
How bulk do you plan on buying? If you buy anything over 10, you'll get discounts.
Let's do over 10.
Okay. So for every step over 10, I think it's 5% off. So if you wanted, oh god, computer, stop.
Maybe say like let's do 15 or something like that to start. Let's see what that price is.
That'd be
But I'm gonna clear you out. It's all free.
okay. So 15 of either would cost 715 gold. Actually, it's one less than 710 gold. Sorry.
Okay. Clarify. I might have said health potions. I meant health potion stuff. Is that cheaper?
It is. That I mean, not by much. So for the health potion stuff, I mean, actually by a lot. Health potion stuff. So it would be for your, if you wanted to get 15 teleportation things, it would be 710. If you wanted to get 15 healing potions worth of materials, it's 355 gold. It's half what it was. Making a healing potion costs half of whatever a healing potion sells for market price. So instead of 50 gold each, they're 25 gold each, and then you get some benefits, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that. Let's do the potion making stuff. Because I'm gonna add some stuff into them.
No worries at all. So yeah, 355 gold for 15 health potions worth of material. Material? I do words good.
What?
Guys, I do word
Can
good.
you say that one more time? It was it was how many golds?
355 gold.
355 gold pieces.
For 15 health potions worth of materials.
Okay, and then it was the 710 for the
Yeah, 710 gold for 15 charges of teleportation circle.
That's with the discount?
That is with the discount, yeah.
I didn't even check. Okay, cool. Lady,
Go
don't forget my card.
Do math. Go to do math before you ask the questions.
Yeah, so you saved 40 gold for the teleportation stuff, and you saved 20 gold for the health potions.
Do I get a really long receipt with coupons on it, like CVS?
Yeah,
Yeah, you get
for every one item, it's listed separately because they have to apply the discounts per item you bought. So you see all the materials for a health potion listed out, and then underneath it says, 5% discount on those materials due to bulk buying, and then it lists another one of all the health materials, and then it says, yeah, anything
oh, sweet,
over.
I got a 2 gold extra coin.
Yeah, anything over 10 bulk buys gives you a 5% discount over market price without you haggling anything. So you can get some pretty good benefits for any bulk things.
Sweet, thank you.
Of course. Okay, then we roll back to Rigel? What was Rigel doing? What does Rigel want? Did Rigel want anything else?
Nope. I'm just gonna
Okay.
go back to Lyra and see what's up.
No worries. Kaliana has a really cool like robe cloak looking thing now that is like really starry looking and has these bright red stars across the sort of near the neck where it's easy to grab at. Literally, you grab the star and throw it at somebody and it explodes. And then we'll roll back over to Lyra. Lyra, what'd you like to do?
Well, guys, they're not going to be able to give us a thing. So we're going to have to find Nukshir.
Aw.
Yeah, we tried.
Dang it, I just spent a bunch of gold here. I could have saved it for Akshir shop. Dang it.
At least I got this cool robe.
That is a cool robe. Those
Yeah,
those
isn't it
sparkly.
though? Look at this. Flowing. It may not flow consistently like the last one, but this one can deal some damage.
Does somebody have a gust?
Yeah, just cut. Oh, I do have, what do you call it? The one where you can do little sensory effects.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Like
Create a slight breeze.
it's just
Yep.
constantly casting that.
All right. Everybody heads over to Akshir's place.
We can find it. Yeah.
It is quite easy to find. There is a sign sort of pointing towards Akshir's place. It looks like a standard street sign, but it's like, hey, Akshir's place down the street. Akshir's place has no buildings on it for a very large portion of land. It very much looks like those places where they like keep the farmland in the middle of a city type of deal. There's just this green, luscious space, a slight hill in the middle of a city, just towering skyscrapers surrounding it. A little, city park almost, with just a single building sitting, and an archway with a bunch of people standing right outside it, trying to get in. You see that a lot of people are putting their hands, like trying to push their way through the archway, but can't seem to go past the archway. And then some people are able to just walk right through as if there's nothing there. It seems like there's a sort of invisible force stopping some people from entering. And people are sort of like testing if they're allowed to enter. As you guys approach the entrance to Akshir's little bit of land. You just gonna walk right through?
Hopefully.
Just try to walk on through. Smack.
With the confidence of 1,000. No, it's you are able to walk right through. All of you are able to head through the archway, and you do hear muttering behind you, like, "Oh man, that group made it through. Maybe I can make it through." And then another person like tries to like put their hand on it, and it's just a solid wall. As you walk up to the store, it is a physical store. It doesn't look particularly large here. It looks almost like a small house. But upon opening the door, there is a complete shop internally, and there is people here. There are people shopping about. It seems more like a standard store than the very private situation you had when you had originally entered his carriage. But you're able to see a bunch of different magical items, and there are 3 different cashiers at one side of the the building, sort of like checking people out and making sure people get everything they're looking for. What would you like to do? You're in a magical store. No immediate Aksheer and no fanciness of Aksheer's place where it has like, you know, the spiraling silks going into the ceiling. This is very much the Walmart of Aksheer's buildings, basically. A more standard magical item shop.
Too bad we spent all our money, huh, guys? No. I'll just go straight to one of the cashiers to ask about the items. I don't really need anything right now.
You head up to one of the cashiers who finished checking out somebody and looked over. Oh, how can I assist?
We're looking to get our hands on a relic.
I see. One moment then, please, while I hydrate in real life.
The cashier just starts guzzling water.
Yeah, just pulls out a water bottle and just sucks the entire
reaches
thing.
underneath the counter, pulls out of water.
I need to be hydrated to deal with these guys.
She turns around and walks over to a doorway and opens it up, and you can vaguely see through the doorway that there is like a much more purple looking room internally. As she walks in, closes the door behind herself, and after maybe 20 seconds or so, you see the gloriously well decked. And I've been quacked out. What the hell's going on over there? Hey, hey, you, hey, people in stream. Hey, calm down. Color change red too. Good lord. God dang it. All right, hang on. Do you want my normal crown? I've got my partial effects right now. There we go.
Frogman donut crap. Oh my god. Why are you both doing it at the same
And a
time?
posture check. Okay. Okay. Oh, TTS Lab wasn't up.
No! I
The
want
one
a
thing-
refund.
The one thing I always forget to open. I don't think I can refund you from here.
Rude. Refund myself, but I'm not going to.
Oh, and long hair? Good lord, people.
Ew!
Everybody's doing
Bless you.
redeems.
You.
I've got long hair, I'm a devil, and I've got the crown. Good lord.
Nice.
Oh, how lovely.
I don't have the porcelain crack thing yet as a redeem, so I'm gonna just leave it.
Oh, here, I can do that one for you then. Hang I don't know if I can do that one. Hang on. Control that? Yeah, that messes with my eyes. Hang on. I haven't changed that in a while. There we go.
Look.
Okay. I have been cracked open. For those who haven't seen that. You can actually see through my face.
Wow.
Okay, back to what we were doing. So, before it reaches 5 o'clock, we're almost there. Coming out of the door is the well-dressed, purple-robed, almost silk-robed gentleman, Arabic-looking in heritage, long beard, and sort of flowing black locks. Aksheer walks out of the room, and to you guys. Hello, I heard you're looking for a relic?
In particular, a relic that can destroy other relics.
Okay, I can probably help you get
Specifically-
something like that.
Specifically ones that can destroy Cryptis relics.
Okay, that is much more well defined.
An egg.
An egg?
Oh no, sorry, the
An
Twitch
egg?
chat.
There are a few items that could do such a thing. Are you looking for something more weapon-based, perhaps? or do you just want something that can destroy it after you obtain the thing?
I mean, I feel like a weapon would be an added bonus, but it depends on how much or what kind of things you need in exchange for these guys.
Well, it depends on what your goal is. If you're, it says you said that you want to break some items of Charybdis. I have a vague idea of why.
Why am I not surprised?
There
I mean,
are
do we
a
get a
few.
discount if it's for the good of the world?
He gives a little bit of a smile and goes, "Dear, everything I lend out is for the good of the world, but
Ah!
I can understand the need for a relic, and I have a hunch that there are some things you might want or need. But if we're going particularly off of weaknesses, there is one very particular item that I have in stock that could be of assistance."
What's it? Does it happen to have a lightning whip attached to it?
No, unfortunately, I don't have. Oh, you're referring to Lightning Tales. No, that is in the custody of the Mages Guild, I believe. That was passed
Yeah.
down, actually, from a similar adventuring group. The item is more uniquely available, as it is my property.
Oh. Does that mean it's only for loading?
I would prefer to just lend it out, but if you prove to be worthy of using the item, then perhaps it could be made a more permanent situation. I have a feeling the individual who gave me this is going to give me something similar soon, due to their unwillingness to keep it all in their family.
What does that
What?
mean?
Sir?
A particular level of thanks towards me and my situation and helpfulness towards her cause. So I'm not worried about blending out the item, as something similar may soon arrive once again for me. Perhaps it would be best if I just show you all. And he sort of gestures for you guys to go into the door that had the sort of purple room in it.
And away we go.
Let's go.
At least my.
Whee!
Yeah, no,
Whee!
absolutely. We're going into the back rooms. Are you kidding me? That's where all the good stuff is.
Yeah, so you enter a much more familiar room. It is much smaller, but it has the sort of flowing silks that go up into space. Like you can literally see through the roof, and it's just space, like astral plane outside. The door closes behind you guys, and you see the room sort of shifts a little bit, and then one of the walls disappears, and behind it, a cabinet, one of those glass cabinets, like a display cabinet, slides into place. You see a what looks to be some sort of blue gem or crystal that is about the length of a human forearm. It's fairly large. That is floating in the middle of the cabinet. He looks over it and goes, "That would be what I am willing to lend to you all." Now, I don't know who amongst you is the best for utilizing it, but based on the other fragments of a similar structure, it is able to change its shape to match the weapon requirements of whoever wields it.
Is it like a mostly magical thing, or does it require strength to use? Like how would we go about figuring out who can handle it best?
Based on previous usages of similar shards, it seems to very much attune to whoever is using it rather than worrying too much about the skills of who's using it. It's more who would better use it for the situation you want to use it. For example, perhaps it's not best to hand the thing that could break something to a person who is more, close range fighter. Maybe you want something long ranged. But even then, maybe it doesn't do long ranged as long ranged is. It's complicated. It will
What
change
is it?
its form. It is a fragment of a weapon known as Frostweld. I've particularly picked it because it is made using arcane fire, and as such should be a weakness of your enemy.
Arcane fire.
And he sort of opens the cabinet, and as he grabs the shard, it does shift and change, and it changes into a sort of long, curved, Arabic-looking blade in his hands. But it has this faint, deep blue flame coming off of it. All fragments of Frostwild, as far as I have learned, have access to the arcane fire. It acts as a standard fire when attacking things. However, it is able to overcome resistances to fire as well. So it is a fire that hurts things that are normally immune to fire. It will generally try to match the form best suited for the user. In my case, it obviously became the curved blade of my family, similar weapon to what I have trained for, and it thought that that would be the best option. It will do the same for any of you. When you attune to it, it is able to return to you from anywhere at any point, simply by requesting it to return. And he sort of throws it down, and then holds his hand out, and you see as this blue deep flame sort of shoots out of his hand and reforms the blade into his hand. And the blade below just sort of vanishes into a burst of fire. However, a mild warning for whoever wields this. This relic is quite powerful and is naturally attuned to a element that is known to slowly grow within the person using it. So the more you use it, the more it will be tied to you, the more you will also become like it. The original wielder was a fire genasi who quickly became a arcane fire genasi and later became an arcane fire spirit, changing her very form from what she once was into something more similar to the powers of the blade. The same has been occurring in her family for those who wield similar shards of this relic. They are slowly corrupted or changed. I try to avoid saying corrupted, as they all willingly take this upon themselves. They all become slightly more like the arcane fire that the weapons wield. And he unattunes to the object, and it turns once again into just a blue shard in his hand. Just elongated human forearm-sized shard as he lets go, and it just sort of floats there.
So who wants to become an arcane fire genasi?
You're already a genasi.
Yeah, I'm thinking by lightning though.
Akshay will kind
I
of
get
laugh
that.
and be
Have
like,
lightning fire.
Genasis are more attuned to the elements around them, so it's easier for it to corrupt the element of something that is elemental. When in the hands of something that's not, it probably doesn't corrupt as easily. The humans, or more human individuals of the family, only tend to get slight tinges of sort of this blue to their skin, and gain the power over arcane fire. But they aren't quite as mutated as Genasis would be.
You can match Sid, Rigel. You would both be blue.
You're blue abadi abadai.
You're green, you were done.
But I'll leave it up to you all to decide. And in
Well-
fact, I'll let them keep deciding while off stream because I'm going to end the stream.
But rude.
We found
Decisions-
it!
Rude.
Decisions will
Oh,
keep
I'm on this side. I get to hear the decision. Never mind. I'm okay.
decisions will keep being made. Bloodhawk, very rude. It's true. Conversations will be had about who might best suit this. We'll try to stay a little bit more away from roleplay, but there will be a recap next Sunday if everybody's available.
I believe
Sure.
so.
Awesome. There will be a recap
Okay.
over what exactly happened over the course of that. I just want people who have to leave at 5 to be able to leave because it is just about 5. If nobody ends up needing to leave at 5, that's fine. We can hang out, do our thing, and then it'll be a part of the recap next time. Thank you everybody who tuned in. I see a bunch of viewers. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Tomorrow is going to be Multiplayer Monday with myself and Rainlin, followed by Rogma should be joining, and I believe we're playing Sea of Thieves? No. Baldur's Gate, isn't it?
I think it's Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, it's Baldur's
My
Gate.
whole week is gonna be Baldur's Gate next week.
Hell yes, that's gonna be hilarious. Oh, good lord, all the quacks. Quack. So we're gonna be doing some Baldur's Gating after having done either Warframe or some more Pokemon Master with Rainlin. We'll decide that. Either way, it'll be something multiplayer with Rainlin to start with. Oh my god, I'm just getting quacked by everybody. Everybody, hey, hey, you out there. Hey, calm down. Hey, hang.
I can't even hit the redeem. It's being redeemed too fast for me.
Hey, you. Stop. But Tuesday will be possibly an after lunch stream, followed by I'll be playing Baldur's Gate again after dinner. Guaranteed Baldur's Gate after I eat dinner. But my stream after lunch could be anything.
Could
And then
definitely be anything 'cause I
Wednesday-
might be home from work early.
And then Wednesday, I might stream after lunch, and then we'll go watch Rogma for her stream, and we'll decide the rest of that the rest of the week later. So thank you everybody for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your time zone, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
stream.
stream.
Bye.
Bye, stream.